All right, quick little update. It is the second week of September. I've still not gotten out here to do my first picking, but plants are looking good and we have a ton of flowers out here. I think we are in peak flower production. They are just loving this mild September we're having. I mean, this is the nicest weather we have had ever, I think, here on Edison Island, at least in the time I can remember, that, at least in the last decade. So this is wonderful. Everyone keeps saying it's the hottest year on record, and it's been so hot. Everything's so hot. Everyone's melting, but we have had like barely any days over 100. We had a little bit of a drought there, but I mean, it wasn't very long. We had rain in spring. We had a long spring. It's been wonderful. Anyway, cotton plants seem to be enjoying it, and they are producing a ton of flowers. Okie dokie, here is the cotton plot last week of September. So, not much has changed. Still haven't picked it yet. Just finally got a second to come in here and attempt to clean it up. I came in and brush cut as much of the grass as I could. I was trying to mow in there. I was even considering breaking down the fence to get in there and just mow around it. And of course, killed the riding mower. So that's wonderful. Probably the 20th time I've had to haul that thing home and fix it. So great. Peg that holds the electronic clutch in place sheared off, so now the clutch is free spinning and it ripped the harness apart, so I gotta wire a new harness on it and all that too. So wunderbar. But anywho, cotton seems to be doing just fine. I haven't even checked the irrigation, but it looks to be happy. Doesn't appear to be setting too many bolls anymore, probably because of the nutrient stress, probably because I didn't fertilize it this year. But other than that, it seems to be doing all right. I'm going to be showing this place off to the Native Plant Society on Sunday, so I wanted to get at least the cotton somewhat looking nice, because that's going to be a big part of what I'm talking about here. How Sea Island cotton is, well, and it's an endemic cash crop. It was developed here in the Low Country, but additionally, how much its agriculture has innocuously changed the landscape, and it's stuff that people don't see, but it's still there. It's still everywhere on the landscape. It's still having impacts, and it has had massive impacts for native flora. However, it's not always bad, because I have the pollinator meadow over there, which is doing awesome, and that's just the native flora that's been here just because of how this property was managed. For whatever reason, it was able to hang on, and it's got minimal invasives in it. But anywho, I digress. Cotton's all right. All right, here we are, second to last day of September. Be first week of October next week. Hurricane Helene just rolled through, and it looks like we have basically no damage to the cotton whatsoever. I was able to come out here and weed eat everything before I broke the mower on Monday, and the hurricane just kind of popped into existence. A lot of like 30-40 mile an hour winds for about a straight day, but cotton doesn't look any worse for wear at all. So that's fantastic to see. Generally I was without power for 42 hours, so that was annoying, but cotton looks to be good. Still got plenty of flowers. Looks like we have a ton of boll drop though, so that's just going to be a consequence of these not being fertilized. Not a whole lot of bolls on the plant. The ones that are here look pretty nasty, on account of the fact I haven't been able to pick anything since they started. Fairly low stink bug load though, so that's good. Oh, flowers look so nice. Look at that green lynx spider. We can grab a butterfly. Yeah, we still got plenty of bull rot. It'll be another week or two before we're fully out of the stink bug damage, but I may not have had the fertility to even keep those bolls. So anyway, it looks like another year where I'm probably not going to be able to pick anything, because I'm not going to be free until November. So we'll see if I can make any kind of a crop out of this. But plants doing fine. It's another year where we've weathered Hurricane Dorian really kind of whapped stuff around a couple years ago, but I mean, Helene was much worse than that, and I don't see nothing going on. So I think this is the first crop I've had that's had to weather 2 tropical systems. So these had to deal with Debbie and all the tornadoes that spawned, and 16 inches of rain, and then they've had to deal with the constant 30-40 mile an hour wind gusts from Helene and the 1.5 inches of rain. And they've weathered them just fine, so that's great to see. All right, it's the second week of October. It's October 8th. Cotton's still here. Meeting some folks out here to talk about it here in a second. Still haven't had a second to pick it. But cottons are still here, still alive, still cottoning. Yep. Hurricanes are blowing, butterflies are flying, palm warblers are flicking through the fields eating bugs. It's fall. Ah, man, I just can't get over how pretty these flowers are. Anywho, still seems to be some good bowl setting going on. Pretty high on these plants. They're dropping a lot, but they're actually doing a fair bit of retention. So I'll be interested to see if I continue to make a crop. Not that anything I have on these plants right now is worth it. Anything at all. I really need to come out here and just whole harvest everything that's on the plant. Just bowl it all and bag it, and then come back out here and then pick after that. Maybe I can find time to do that. It's faster to whole harvest than it is to pick. Anyway, I'll think on it, see if I can make that time materialize somewhere. Don't count on it though. So, folks, I was meeting, for my meeting, ran late, so that gave me perfect time to pick a whole Jersey Mike's bag full of whole bowls. So this will get me back to square one, so I can come out here and do proper picking later, now that I've got all the nasty stink bug, rotten bowls that have been on the plants for the last month and a half out of here. The next time I come out and pick, it'll all be clean stuff, and it can all go right in the bag, and this will be first picking. So that was good. Anyway, but had a nice good meeting with some National Park Service staff. Gave them a bunch of whole bowls for them to go display at the museum down in Beaufort. And look at that yellowthroat. That guy has just been in and out of this plot this entire time. The amount of bugs in this cotton plot is amazing, because this little bird guy just won't leave me alone. He has been in here for like the last couple hours. There he is. Anyway, birds aside. So, nice meeting with National Park Service staff. So they've got some bowls now for display at the museum, and I'll be helping them with some interpretation here in the future. So that'll be good. But we've got first picking done for 2024 in the bag, pun intended. And from here on out, second picking should look a lot nicer, and I should be able to just stuff stuff right in the bag. And maybe someday I'll be able to get out here and actually pull all of this crabgrass out of here. Good Lord. Alrighty, it's been another week. Middle of October, and the cottons are slowing down a bit. So it's 10:45 and we just barely have the flowers opening. So it's getting to that time of the year when our photo period is starting to get a little bit shorter. Temperatures are starting to get cooler, and the plants are starting to slow down. So we're probably, let's see, so 2 months from now will be mid-December. So this is probably the cutoff point where we're not going to see any more cotton being produced from what's actually flowering on the plants. But yeah, everything looks to be fairly fine, but we are getting a little bit of slowdown. You know, the plants are starting to turn red just from the cooler weather. They're starting to senesce for the year, but looking all right. I don't see any obvious open bowls though in the last week, so we're probably in some sort of pause from heat stress, where they were shedding a lot of bowls that I was seeing there in, when would that have been? That would have been late August. What's coming out now that was flowering. So we'll see what kind of yield we've got for the rest of the year. Alrighty, second week of November, and I think I see some cottons. Let's see how good they look. I haven't even been out here. Oh yeah, them some nice cottons. Not a sign of stink bug at all. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That's what we like to see. Fresh, clean cotton. Good deal. I'm gonna find the time to get back out here to pick this again either between Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. Hopefully on Thanksgiving holiday, but I think I've got enough crap at home I gotta do. Probably not gonna get to it then. Depends on the weather as well, if it rains or not. Yeah, these look nasty, but we'll ignore those. Well, not 100% nasty, but still not worth my time. Some are okay. Plants are looking pretty haggard, showing red, fall colors if you will. Anthocyanins are coming out, so they're toast for the year. This is what I would call cutoff. Well, actually I guess cutoff was when? A month ago? Takes 7 weeks for bulbs to set. First freeze is usually week before Christmas. So yeah, October 1st would have been cut off or cut out. So all we can hope for now is stuff to come on and set on the plants. Hopefully that first freeze is a nice light freeze, kills the leaves, allows the bulbs to mature. And we might even continue to have picking going on till New Year's. We'll see. Oh yeah, they're looking pretty good, but still some stink bug, it appears. It's late in the afternoon. I don't see any flowers still open. Well, I see one over there. Flowers are opening late because temperatures are down. It's been in the 70s hot bit last month or so. So late season productivity isn't going to be very high because of the low heat. You know, I don't like high heat, but the cotton sure does. Alrighty, good deal. I don't think there's anything left to do other than let the plants do what they're going to do and pick them 1 or 2 more times just to close out the year. And that'll be the end of 2024. Just look at that beautiful cotton. Nary a stink bug spot. These are just some of the potted plants that I've got in my yard. And man, they've taken forever to bloom this year because of all the drought, so they're not irrigated. The first bowl I picked off of this thing this week, and it's 3rd week in November. So this is, you know, Thanksgiving, and that's the second bowl coming off of these things. But man, if I could just get all of my bowls to look like that, we'd be in, things would be so much nicer. All right. It's December 3rd, and we have had an uncharacteristically hard cold snap here at the end of the year. So it has dipped below freezing 3 days now in the last week. So the cotton is well and truly toast. It's very strange that we've gotten a hard frost like that this close to Thanksgiving, but it's not unheard of. So, but that being said, that's the end of the season. So I'm going to go through and pick as much as I can in the hour or 2 of sunlight I've got left, and see what kind of crop we're going to make this year. Now, there still might be a few bowls who pop open and mature over the next week or so, but my goal here today is just to get everything that is more or less not frostbitten out of here, because a lot of the bowls that are going to open, and already some of these already, are just due to, you know, freezer burning and them drying out from the freezing of the bowls, the flesh themselves. So I kind of want to keep those separate when I pick them. A lot of those have immature seeds, so they might have fiber, but they're not good for seed cotton, and I'm more interested in the seed than I am in the cotton fiber. All right, so I picked 2 rows, and I got about that much cotton in one really nice looking bowl. Actually, there was plenty of nice looking bowls like this, but this one I just think is particularly nice, so I'm going to save that for demonstration purposes. And hands are getting cold, sun's going down, temperature's starting to drop. Supposed to get in the 40s tonight, and I still got a ton of work I gotta do at the office, so I think I'm gonna head on back. 45 minutes worth of picking is plenty, I think, for today, but I think I'm gonna end the video here. In next video, we'll pick up on finishing the picking as well as any processing we do to this cotton, because I really got to get back into ginning and processing seed cotton rather than just letting the stuff sit in crocus sacks. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing here and if you want to see me continue to do it, go down there, like the video, comment, tell me your ideas about what we should do for 2025's plot. I'm really going to overhaul this thing and try and make it as bomb-proof as possible. And if you want to see that in the rest of the series, you got to subscribe. So go on there, hit the big old gray subscribe button down there, and till next time, Tom out.